If you're looking to improve your aim, then make sure to check out Control Freak and use the code OGXRAYZ to get 10% off all the products. Link in the description below. Yo guys, what's up? It's XRAYZ. Welcome back to another Call of Duty 2020 video. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about what we know so far / what has been leaked for COD 2020. And so I wanted to do a quick recap of pretty much what happened behind the scenes, what has been leaked, and what to possibly expect for COD 2020. So first of all, for you guys that don't know, Call of Duty 2020 will be led by Treyarch. So this is going to be a Treyarch game. It's going to have zombies. It's going to have that signature Treyarch look and feel. So this is actually very strange because normally it would be the 3-year cycle that we've been so used to. It would be Infinity Ward followed by Sledgehammer Games followed by Treyarch. So it's actually a 3-year cycle. But this time around, it's actually going to be Treyarch working on COD 2020. A year removed, or I should say 2 years from the release of Black Ops 4. Now, the reason that this happened was because there was apparently some turmoil, some disagreements, and it really just overall described, in air quotes, a mess over at Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software and the game that they were working on. So let's talk about this. Hopefully, you guys do go on to enjoy the video. Drop a like on the video, it's super appreciated, incredibly helpful. And if you are new, obviously if you enjoyed the content, make sure you subscribe. Let's talk about it. So first of all, Raven Software was actually supposed to be the lead for COD 2020 with Sledgehammer Games as the support studio. Now this is very shocking that this was actually happening behind the scenes prior to Treyarch taking over, because Raven Software has really mostly been a support team up until this point. They have helped with a ton of Call of Duties. They worked on the Battle Royale for a lot of games. The full game that they worked on was COD Online, that was for China. I believe they also worked on COD Mobile, and they were also the studio that made Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. So they have experience when it comes to making Call of Duty games, but this would be kind of like their first foray into being a AAA studio and being one of the studios that releases a full yearly release Call of Duty and not so much just support, which is again very interesting that they decided to go in this direction, considering Sledgehammer Games had made their own game. They made Call of Duty World War II. They were a already reputable of the 3 companies. They were very well known, and on top of that, they also had released their own games before, Advanced Warfare and COD World War II. So it was interesting that Sledgehammer Games was reduced to the support studio instead of being the lead. Now the rumors over why this happened was because apparently Sledgehammer Games lost a lot of its staff and was reduced severely to a very small team after COD World War II, after Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield left. Apparently a lot of the people who worked there were poached and ended up going to different studios to help out those guys. And so because of that reason, Raven Software was decided to be the lead because they were now the bigger studio over Sledgehammer Games. Now, after that came about and happened, Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games actually ended up having some sort of issues. Now this was rumored to have been an issue where they just couldn't work together, that they had 2 different visions for what COD 2020 was supposed to be, and because of this reason, this led to a massive delay and for Activision to have to step in and put Treyarch in charge, because the game was in such a bad state and they just didn't think that Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games would be able to pull together and work on this. So they were like, yo, we got to pull the trump card, get Treyarch in here, and let's try to get this fixed. So the reason apparently that was rumored for, or that was leaked for Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games having issues and clashing for COD 2020 was that Raven Software apparently wanted Call of Duty 2020 to be a realistic shooter that was gritty and gruesome, very similar to COD World War II, just more aesthetically like realistic, and something that was, you know, not over the top, not crazy, not colorful and, you know, vibrant like, you know, say Advanced Warfare, which is what Sledgehammer Games apparently wanted to do. They wanted COD 2020 to be more colorful and vibrant like COD AW, with some crazy fun skins and crazy camos and very bright, and basically that would appeal to a younger audience. But again, now you guys can see why there was a clash there. Ravensoft wanted a more realistic, kind of down-to-earth shooter. Sledgehammer Games wanted something that was a little more colorful, vibrant, that really you couldn't pull off if it was going to be a dark and gruesome game. So after the issues they had, and after Treyarch had to come in and step in to do this, the scraps of their game was actually now repackaged and apparently is being used for the campaign of COD 2020 being led by Treyarch. So what was apparently being worked on at the time was supposedly a Cold War era Call of Duty that was supposed to be gruesome, and again they had those issues going back and forth. And so apparently that rebooted, or I should say that Cold War era assets and stuff they're working on is now being used for a Cold War reboot of Call of Duty Black Ops 5. We're just going to call it that for now. Apparently it is going to be a Black Ops game, but it's going to be a reboot and not like Black Ops 5, for instance. Treyarch wants to bring Blackout back apparently with this new Call of Duty because they really enjoyed working on Blackout. They thought that it resonated really well with fans, and now with the new engine that was made for Modern Warfare, they're actually very excited to have a more realistic and gruesome Call of Duty Battle Royale experience. So we might be seeing Blackout remastered. Who knows? Maybe it's the same map. Maybe they'll bring that one back, but with the new engine. So we'll definitely have to wait and see on that. But apparently Battle Royale is something that I would want to work on, and it might be what Raven Software specifically is working on for COD 2020. The other rumor is that Sledgehammer Games is the one who's working on the multiplayer, with Treyarch overseeing their development for the multiplayer. Now, they do have another bit here, and this is actually to do with the cosmetics and how they're going to make money, but apparently they want to do another battle pass system similar to the one that we have in Modern Warfare, which I'm actually okay with. I thought the battle pass system in Modern Warfare is done well. There's a free version of it. There's one that you can pay money for that has a ton of cosmetics and stuff. I wish there was a little bit more colorful stuff on there. I kind of wish they had like crazy stuff they had in Black Ops 4, like reactive camos, but that's my one gripe. I think that's why I don't really enjoy battle passes as much from Modern Warfare. But, you know, obviously the game is doing really well. Modern Warfare is doing incredibly well in terms of sales for the game itself, and then also for microtransactions for the battle pass and for the stuff they're selling in the store, which is good because they took a gamble. They're giving people free DLC maps. They're giving everyone maps at the same time. They're giving us cross-play. They gave us cross-saving. So there's a ton of stuff that was really, really well done for Modern Warfare that I'm really happy, and I hope that it comes over to COD 2020. But it was a big gamble. And so this Battle Pass system, which has been doing well for Modern Warfare, is going to be apparently the basis or the base of what they want to do for Black Ops 5. We'll just call it. And I really hope they do the same thing. I really hope we get cross-play. I really hope we get cross-saving. I really hope we get free DLC and stuff like that also for the next Black Ops game. All right, when it comes to zombies, it looks like there is going to be a full-on reboot. Now, this is something that was kind of hinted at because the storyline for our Ether crew completely finished off with DLC 3 and 4. They were running really short on time, and they didn't really have a lot of budget. And so they actually ended up having to cram the information and the story they wanted into DLC 3 and 4. There was supposed to be chaos maps for DLC 3 and 4, but it just did not resonate with fans. People didn't care about the chaos crew until a little bit into Ancient Evil, and even then it was like a small portion of fans who really enjoyed it. And so because of that, they decided to completely scrap that story and scrap the 2 other maps they were supposed to work on in favor of these remakes. And so it makes total sense that they're going to do a reboot. The Ether storyline completed, the Chaos storyline no one cared about, so that's why we're seeing a reboot when it comes to zombies. They are upping the gruesome level apparently for zombies with the new engine, which I think is actually pretty cool. I'm a bigger fan of like Mob of the Dead. The first time I played Nocturne Toten, I was very scared, and like it just was creepy and was unsettling. So I'm really happy that it looks like they're going to be going for more gruesome or a higher level of intensity when it comes to zombies. So this new storyline that they're working on, they're not sure if they want to use characters from the campaign or if they want to use the Ether crew again, but in a completely new story, not connected to any previous zombies map. I would be okay with either way. If they're doing a new story, totally cool. We're going to be forced to have to kind of learn about this new crew, and if it's the old crew, fine, there is some familiarity there, and it would be cool to see a different universe that is not connected at all to the previous one. But if I had to guess, we're probably getting a new crew and a new story. Apparently the idea right now that's very rough is 4 characters drop in a room, some of them knowing each other, others not knowing each other at all, and it was described by this leaker who came to the gaming revolution as very similar to Saw. So if they do something like that, I would be totally cool with that. A gruesome, kind of more realistic, very disturbing zombies, I would be 100% on board with. And then the final thing was that there's going to be no more grandiose things like gigantic robots or like dragons like they had in Gorad Krovi. So I'm okay with either way. But I'm really excited to see what they do with zombies with this new gruesome and a more intense look. And if it's like disturbing and fun, I would be totally cool with it. So we'll definitely have to wait and see. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys want to see from COD 2020. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys found the video informative and helpful. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on the video. It's super appreciated and incredibly helpful. And if you want to see more videos like these, obviously make sure you guys are subscribed and have notifications on so you don't miss a single upload. If you want to support the channel directly, you guys can do so by checking out my channel memberships. You get access to early content, exclusive videos, special badges, and more. So check it out only if you're willing and able to. And then last but not least, if you guys want to talk about anything, Twitter is literally the best place to do so. Go ahead and give me a follow at OGXRAYZ, link down below. You guys have an awesome day. Take care. I'm out. Peace.